Hi, my name is Crisula Constantopoulos, and my brother and I, Nico, we are here to interview you because we're in an entrepreneur class and we need some advice on how to do a software program. Today I'm interviewing George Pepis, Agora Expert, and we're just going to ask you some of those questions.
Sure.
When you were in high school, did you have an interest in being a business owner?
I did. When I was young, I always just wanted to do things on my own and was always experimenting and just wanted to get ahead and wanted always to achieve, certain goals. So I was very aggressive, let's say, in my younger years.
Did you take any business classes in high school?
I did not. I just went through the high school and finished high school, and then I jumped right into the business.
Did you go to college at all?
No, I did not go to college at all.
Oh, okay. How did you start your business?
One day, myself and my brother were sitting in our office. We own a couple restaurants. And we were always taking week to week and sitting down with our chefs and trying to figure out who had the best price on certain products. So that process took us several hours every Sunday. Time for my schedule, time for my brothers, and also from our employees. So we always talked about, I wish there was something out there that we can buy or something out there that we can use to give us the best price out there on certain products. So my brother and I decided one day to just start developing our own software, and we came up with AgoraExpert.com, which is a restaurant software for restaurant owners that are able to download their weekly pricing, and it gives you the best price list.
Okay. What do you like the most about being a business owner, and what do you like the least?
I like what I like being about a business owner is that you're self-independent. Nobody can tell you what to do. You go to work, you've got your own schedule. What do you like the least? Sometimes it's employees is the least. The daily grind sometimes. The troubles of being in business sometimes, I would say.
Okay. What are your biggest challenges?
The biggest challenges you have is always just getting your name out there, getting your product out there, and getting them to the right people, and showing people that your product is worth people buying.
How do you decide who to hire? What traits do you look for in an employee?
I like to hire people that are similar to myself, that have good traits with people skills. That's very important. Get their message across. That is also very important, because if the person that's selling my product doesn't know my product and can't sell it to the restaurateur, then you're not going to be able to sell it.
All right. One question for me. Back to the customers, finding customers.
Yes.
How did you? What was your way of finding customers for this industry?
To find a customer for my software, it's easy and it's hard. The easy part is that everybody's looking for the best price out there. So everyone's looking to make more money, and that's been the hardest problem in this industry is your bottom line. So it's easy to find a customer from that standpoint. Did you say the hardest thing?
Yeah.
The hardest thing is, telling people that it does it all on its own. They don't believe you at first until you really show them. That's probably.
All right, thank you.
How do you make sales?
Sales are made when a lot of it is actually word by mouth, because one restaurant guy tells the next restaurant guy, and all of a sudden your phone starts to ring. So it's getting to that first customer and explaining your product to them, and then going out there and showing to them. We also go to trade shows. That's another big revenue maker, because now you're going across the country and you're seeing independent restaurants throughout the country, and You get to know them and see what their buying habits are.
Okay.
Individually, how big is your actual market yourself, your software?
Our company is relatively new, so we're just entered the market here in the early of 2015. So right now we've got about 35 restaurants on board with it, but there's a lot of potential out there.
What do you think that the potential growth for this market would be in the next 5 to 10 years?
I would probably say if we could grow, minimum 10% a year,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's being reasonable with our product, because it's shown that it works and it's saving people money.
Okay. Can you show us your restaurant software?
Sure, not a problem. So the way that the restaurant software works is that we have a platform built, and when you log into the software, you come into here and then you check which restaurant. If you have multiple restaurants, you may have multiple restaurants listed in there on which prices that you want to download. The next box down below is a list of vendors that you're able to download into the system. So after you've selected the vendor at this point, for example, US Foods, you would hit the browse button and then you would pick the file in here and then download that file into our platform. So I've already done that though, so we're going to jump to the next thing. So after you've done that, you click to the top where it says order. And at this point, you're going to see that the files here have been downloaded this past week. You'll see the dates of the versions that have been downloaded, and everything falls within a week format. So you come up to the top and you start clicking on the files that you've downloaded. So you click on the first vendor, and then you'll notice that the other Rochester meats go blank, because this prevents you from picking the same vendor and you're comparing the same product.
Okay.
So we're going to go down math calculations here in the back end. You give it about a minute here, and here we go. So here we've got the best price list from all three vendors. So here you've noticed that there's a bunch of products here that are downloaded into my database. And you also come here and you see boxes. Where you see the boxes, this is telling you that that product is being compared to the same product. We only compare apples to apples. So chicken breasts, you would compare to chicken breasts. You don't want to compare, an 8-ounce chicken breast to a 7-ounce chicken breast. So we're comparing chicken breast to chicken breast. So if you down click, you also see the prices of the other vendors that are being compared. After you notice this, then you notice a star. In this scenario, I have checked the mozzarella sticks, which are my most favorite. At this point, I don't care what the price is, because that's the product that I like best for my restaurants. So that's why you see a yellow star here. In other cases, you may also notice, for example, anchovies. There is no yellow star. So when you downclick it, it tells you that, it's picked the anchovies that are $92, and the other one that it's comparing to are $67.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're seeing here is actually a trick that vendors sometimes do, because the product that's at $67, the product is packed totally differently. So your price on the far right hand side, it changes. So eventually in this scenario, the best price is actually the most expensivest one, because you'll notice on the right hand side it breaks everything down either to the ounce, to the pound, or by each in this scenario. It also gives you the size of the case cost, the count, the SKU, the brand, and who the vendor is. Then you're able to do your order here through an iPad if you wanted to, through your chef. So when you do your order here, what this does is you can scroll down here, and let's say that this week that you wanted to order bagels. So you click 1 on the bagels, and then after you click 1 on the bagels, on the bottom it tells you what the total price is, and then the potential savings. The potential savings are done when you pick, if you were to pick the other item, it'd be the difference minus the pack size in the case. So that's how we come up with that. So we've normally seen that every restaurant saves on an average between 3 to 7% on a weekly basis.
Alrighty. Interesting.
So when you're done there, what you can also do is you can hit print selected, which then you can have the orders ready for your vendors to pick up.
Okay.
Or another option that you have, you can email them. So if you don't want to see your vendor, then you can just have it emailed directly to the vendor.
Okay. Now, how much is it? How much does this program cost?
So the price of the software, there are 3 different levels on it, and the first level is at $159 a month, and then it goes to $179, and then the top tier is $199. Now the $199 tier allows you to compare as many vendors as you want with as many items as you choose.
Okay.
Okay, so, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to my brother and I about your business. And we're both interested in being a business owner someday in the industry. Can you give us some advice on how to succeed?
Hard work, and don't give up. And if people tell you it can't be done, just keep trying at it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.